Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope all of you are great at home. Today we are going to start our new lesson, that is heat. Yes, I know we have started this lesson earlier, but once again I want to start it with some basic terms. We will start with the definition of heat. What is it? Heat is the form of energy which can only felt. Okay. What is the meaning of this? If we are talking about the seasons, in summer season we feel hot. Can we see it? We can only feel it. Even in winter we feel coldness. We could not able to see that coldness, but we can feel it. So this is the form of energy, that is heat. The SI unit of heat is joule and the unit of heat is calorie. Now, temperature and its measurement. What is meant by temperature? Temperature is the degree of hotness or coldness of a body or a place. The instrument which is used for the measurement of this temperature is called as thermometer. The SI unit means standard unit of temperature is Kelvin. It is denoted as capital K. This is thermometer, which is made up of long glass tube called capillary tube. It has bulb at one end. That bulb is filled with either mercury or alcohol. Thermometer works on principle that heat energy causes expansion of mercury or alcohol. Commonly used scales to measure temperature are Celsius, Fahrenheit or Kelvin. First of all, we will discuss about the degree Celsius. The range of this degree Celsius 0 degree to 100 degree Celsius, where 0 degree is the melting point of ice and 100 degree is the boiling point of water. In Fahrenheit scale, the range is 32 degree Fahrenheit to 212 degree Fahrenheit. 32 degree Fahrenheit is the melting point of ice and 212 degree Fahrenheit is the boiling point of water. Now we will discuss about the difference between heat and temperature. Heat is the form of energy, while temperature is the degree of hotness or coldness of the object. Second difference, heat is the phenomena in which raising of temperature of an object taking place, where temperature it is the effect of heat. Third difference is it is measured in joules and the temperature it is measured in degree Celsius or Fahrenheit or degree Fahrenheit or in Kelvin. So students, we will discuss about the clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometer is the thermometer which is used for the measurement of body temperature of human being. It is also called as doctor's thermometer. In this thermometer generally mercury is used. So why mercury is used in thermometers? Due to this following reasons. First thing is it remains in liquid state for the wide range of temperature. Second thing, it can be easily see because it has silvery gray color. Third reason is it could not stick to the glass, and the fourth reason is it has wide range of it has the uniform expansion for the wide range of temperature. This clinical thermometer has the range 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. I will show you. This is the 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius, because generally body temperature of human being is 37 degrees Celsius. It is not exactly 37 degrees Celsius. It could be slightly higher or lower. It is possible, and that's why this clinical thermometer has the range 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. There is constriction or kink in this clinical thermometer, because whenever we are measuring this body temperature, we can go in this way. Means you can keep this washed clinical thermometer under your tongue, or you can put it in under the armpit for 1 to 2 minutes, and after that you have to take out this, and you can identify, you can read the temperature in this way. So due to this kink, whatever the reading we have, we will read that reading, particular exact that reading only, because due to this king, mercury will not flow anywhere, means the correct reading we will get. Now students, we will discuss about precautions while using thermometer. So first of all, whenever you want to use thermometer, it should be washed with antiseptic solution. Why this is so, students? Because generally when we want to use thermometer, there is possibility of illness, anyone is sick, that time we are using thermometer. So ill and sick means what? Definitely there is possibility of the infection. So infection due to virus, due to germs, bacteria, it is possible. And when we are using for that particular ill person, so that bacteria, germs or virus might be on that thermometer, it would be possible. So this is the first precaution, very important precaution. It should be washed with antiseptic solution. The second precaution is, whenever you want to use the thermometer, first of all you have to give 2 or 3 jerk for this thermometer. So why this is so? Why we have to do this? Because the mercury which is present in that thermometer, it should be below the normal temperature, and then we can get the correct reading. The third precaution is, thermometer is very delicate instrument or device, so you are supposed to use it very carefully. It should be handled with care. One more thing is there. Generally, the metal mercury is used in this thermometer, and mercury is very toxic substance. If you will not carefully handle it, and if you will hit it against any object, and mercury will if just come out from that thermometer, so it is very difficult to even what I want to say, the mercury is very toxic, so be careful. Then the one more precaution I want to tell you, students, that do not hold the thermometer by its mercury bulb, because your body temperature will capture by that mercury, and you will have the wrong reading. Whenever you want to watch that reading, whatever reading you got on that thermometer, it should be, that mercury line should be just eyesight of yourself, and in this way you are supposed to read the readings. This is laboratory thermometer, students. I want to show you. It has the range, temperature range from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. This is the mercury bulb, or alcohol is also used in this bulb. Alcohol is good over the mercury, because mercury is a toxic metal. Alcohol is cheaper than mercury, and to dispose this, if it will break, to that alcohol is evaporate, it is volatile liquid, but the disposal of mercury is become a difficult task. What is the characteristic of this laboratory thermometer? It is very sensitive. When we want to use it, it should be in that particular object. Suppose I am giving you example, I want to measure the temperature of the warm water or cold water, whatever I have. So I have to put it in that particular vessel. It should not touch the surface of that particular vessel. It should be in water only if we want to measure the temperature of that particular water, and it should be in that water only. Then and then I'll able to identify the correct reading. If I'll take out from that water, then suddenly the mercury will drop and we will have the wrong reading. So that's why nobody is giving you suggestion to use this laboratory thermometer as a clinical thermometer or for measuring the body temperature of human being, because in clinical thermometer, as I told you, kink is present. So due to this kink, whenever we are take out the thermometer from our body part, means from under tongue or from this armpit, that reading will remain same for some time, and in between we will read the correct reading. But this laboratory thermometer we could not use for the identify or measure the body temperature. A maximum minimum thermometer is used to measure maximum and minimum atmospheric temperature in a day. Now students, we will discuss about the transfer of heat. As you know, heat is a form of energy. It can transfer from one object to other object. Generally it is done, heat is transferred from hotter object to colder object, and the transformation is take place continuously. Heat is continuously transferred from hotter object to colder object till both the bodies will attain same temperature. This transfer of heat from one body to other body is done by three modes. It is done by three modes. First one is the conduction, second one is the convection, and the last one is the radiation. These modes are depend on the medium which is selected for the transfer of heat. We will first mode of transfer of heat, that is conduction. You might have experienced, students, when we will dip a metal spoon in a cup which is having the hot tea, and after 2 to 3 minutes this metal spoon which we have poured in that hot tea, it become hot. So what happened over there? There is transfer of energy and the mode was conduction. Why the mode was conduction? Because two materials were in contact, their temperature were different, and due to this they were in contact and their temperature were different. The heat from the hot tea is transferred to the metal spoon, and that's why that spoon was become hot. So this mode of transfer of heat in solid is done by method that is called as conduction. That mode is called as conduction. Students, we will discuss second mode of heat of transfer, that is convection. As I said, convection is found generally in liquid or gases. I want to elaborate with one example. Suppose we will take 5 ml of the hot water in a beaker, 5 ml of cold water in a beaker, and first was the hot water, second is the cold water, and in third beaker we will add this both water. The whatever the product we will get in that C beaker, it will not cool, it will not cold water or hot water, it will a warm water. What happened over there? The hot water has given heat to the cold water, and due to this the mixture of water we have done in third beaker, it become warm. So heat transform from the hot water to the cold water, and that mode is called as convection. In this mode, liquid materials are generally required, because in liquids and in gases intermolecular force of attraction is less comparatively solids. In solids, heat of transform is not done by the convection, because in solids the intermolecular force of attraction between that particular molecules in solids, it is very strong. In liquid it is less, and in gases it is less actually, intermolecular force of attraction, and that's why heat transform is done in liquids and in gases by the convection. Application of convection. Ventilators are made to place near the ceiling. Okay, why this is so? Because whatever the air we breathe out, that air is warm, and that warm air it becomes light. When air is become warm, it becomes light and it goes up. That warm air should go outside the room. That's why ventilators we are keeping just near the ceiling, and the fresh air in that room will come from doors and windows, and that's why the temperature of room will remain cool. Now students, we will discuss about the radiation. Radiation is the transfer of heat taking place without any medium. Here this medium is not affected by the temperature. In radiation, heat is transformed from the hotter body to all direction. Medium is not affected, so radiation is done in vacuum also. I want to elaborate this radiation process with the help of example, and example is sun. Whatever the sunlight reaches to the earth, that radiation, that transfer of heat is done by radiation. In this process, medium is not heated by the temperature, but the sunlight reaches on the particular surface. It is matter the surface. If the surface is dark, and that dark surface is absorb more energy. That's why we people are prefer in summer season to wear light color clothes, and in winter dark color clothes.